Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Virgo in mid-November 2020. What is going on, Virgo? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, Virgo, right off the bat, happy Thanksgiving to those who will be celebrating here at the end of November. If you're getting together with family and friends, please be safe, careful, and do all the things that are recommended if you're going to be intermingling households, okay? At this time, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and secure. 2020 is still doing its business. Coronavirus is still out there doing its business. So again, if you're doing anything together socially with friends, family, please be careful as you gather for the holidays or just doing your regular old life, whether you're celebrating Thanksgiving or not, okay? Virgo, no other announcements, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Virgo, anything you want from me, it's in the description box below. If you're looking for the timestamp, it is down there. If you're interested in getting a personal reading with me, the information on how to do that is down there as well. Any questions before you place an order, just email me at the same address you see listed there, and I will answer you as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, the name is EmpathicFire Tarot over there, and I have put the link to my Instagram in the description box below as well. Ready? Alrighty. Alright, Virgo, let's get into it. Let's see your messages for mid-November, please. I want to see messages for Virgo in mid-November 2020, please. Feels like one bridge at least. Yes, thank you. Let's see if I was right. Yeah. Yes. It was like a little hesitant. They're like teasing me a little bit. I was like, oh, one bridge. And they're like, maybe. Anyway, guys, let's get into it for you guys, all right? Messages for Virgo in mid-November, please show me. Do you not want to talk? Virgo, you don't want to say anything? What's going on? Oh, there's something. Ace of Pentacles. Very good. Excuse me. One more, please, for Virgo in mid-November. Suddenly my voice is a little disturbed there. Alright, so Ace of Pentacles, interesting. Queen of Pentacles, eh? And the Page of Cups. Alright then, alright. And interesting how I've laid them out here at this angle, at this diagonal. That's very interesting. I don't know why I've done that, but maybe it has some significance. We'll go with it. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups. I feel making moves, making solid, structured moves in business, finance. Some of you with partnerships. I feel an increase. Feels good, but I'm worried for some reason. Feels good, but I'm worried. Perhaps not everything is settled. You know, Ace of Pentacles, opportunities, chances, new starts, new offers maybe. Bright ideas, but that's more an Ace of Wands situation, but some type of tangible or a bankable idea. Thank you. A bankable idea maybe. Some of you have something in the fire, something like stirring, and it's a really good idea business-wise, job-wise. Perhaps something about elevation, because that's like jumping out at me what the Queen of Pentacles is doing. So it's here. But again, aces... Oh. Focus, you bastard. Ah, don't be like that. Come on. The other day, you were performing well. Excuse me, guys. Let me pause it real quick. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it, even though I'm not sure. Anyway, so it feels like... you know, something like irons in the fire, something's cooking, something's percolating here, something's really like getting underway, and maybe it's like a strike while the iron is hot kind of situation where, and maybe that's why I'm feeling like kind of trepidatious for you, Virgo, because it's like possibly like a freaking pyramid scheme. And hopefully, like, that's not what's happening, but I can't, I can't vouch for all of you that you wouldn't fall for a pyramid scheme or be involved in one if it's not, you're getting duped. It could be you very well are in the planning and the implementation of a pyramid scheme. And but that's just like, I'm using that as an example of why I'm feeling nervous, or why I'm feeling like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's not right, or can I trust this, or maybe not right now, maybe, there's a lot of question marks popping up around this energy of it feels really good, but can I be sure it's the real thing? Is this the real McCoy? You know what I mean? So the potential is there. I don't want to deny it. And I feel with the Queen of Pentacles right next to it, it feels like hopefully you guys have done your research with this energy. This is Queen of Pentacles energy, or this is Queen of Pentacles, so that's Earth sign energy. That's you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with someone else who is showing up in this way, and they've done their research, they've done their homework, and they're helping you get a leg up, or this is their trajectory, and maybe you're trying to emulate what they're doing. You're trying to follow in their footsteps, maybe. I get the sense possibly that this is why things are so okay. So if it's an external person, or it could be you, there's like a rush. I feel this Queen of Pentacles, ironically, is moving pretty fast. I say ironically because Pentacles are the slowest suit in the tarot deck, and the Queens are not known to be active. However, this deck, the depiction is an active Queen. Someone who is about that life and is out there doing the work. Maybe that's also why I'm trepidatious here. What did I say in the opening? Watch out, because 2020 is still doing its thing, and coronavirus, COVID-19 is still very much real. It was never not real, okay? Let's just go ahead and say that shit. It was never not real, okay? And if someone is going about their business, the business of having a business, the business of doing whatever, haphazardly, that could be the caution. Like right on its face. For some people, that's a reason to be cautious, because there's a virus out there and it's highly contagious. Granted, whatever. I'm not going to get into the statistics, and I'm not going to get into anything like that. That's for you to discern. That's for you to make your own choices. But I would advise being careful at all costs. Okay. So this Queen, regardless of any, current affairs, anything that's going on in our collective experience, I feel this Queen is just more proactive than quote unquote normal. Not because it's a queen and that indicates something to do with feminine, or excuse me, with females. This could be a man I'm talking about. It doesn't even have to be you. It doesn't have to be an earth sign. We could be talking about a freaking an air sign or something. It doesn't matter. But I feel, oh, is that it? Okay. We got there. It could be that this person is chasing money, chasing something material, because that's what, ultimately the Ace of Pentacles is about. It's the potential, the chance, the opportunity to obtain something tangible of value. So there could be a certain contract that needs to be signed, and that contract sort of says X amount of money will be awarded or will be deposited, blah, 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 blah. Sign-on bonuses and all this other kind of stuff. And someone, because of their need, interesting, need, why need? Why need? Oof. For some, it's a need, it's desperation. Some, it's boredom. Some, it's seeking clout, if I'm honest, okay? There's something about chasing a material offer, and by doing that, there's a risk involved. Whether or not the risk is good or bad, in business, I'm not a business person per se. I'm not a shark, I'm not, living like a fucking Rockefeller or anything like that, okay? So I'm not savvy in those ways, so I can't tell you don't take it when because you're experienced, because you have some type of aptitude within the business world, that this is actually a good thing. Even though it's risky, it could pay off really big, okay? But the need, desperation, boredom, whatever the motivation is, it's heavily... Yes. I'm using this word, and now I get why these cards are this way. It's heavily angled on material possessions or money. This is why this person acts quickly. This is why this person is acting sort of, again, not normal. The Queen of Pentacles, and I say this person, this could be how they are normally, but they're represented in this reading as the Queen of Pentacles. The quote-unquote normal way that the Queen of Pentacles would behave is not basically being thirsty, right? Queen and King, masters of their suits. They don't have to act quickly, haphazardly. They don't have to take risks. They can, but this doesn't feel like that. This doesn't feel like calculated risk for the most part. It feels like kind of just like again, like rushing to sign a document, but not reading the small print. And in the small print, even though it says you're allowed that the amount of money you're going to receive is like $15,000, you forgot to read further down the contract, and it says out of that 15,000 you have to pay blah 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 fee, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. So by the time the money actually hits your account, instead of 15,000, you're getting 7,000, something like that. And in your haste, or in this person's haste, because for some of you Virgos this isn't you, this is somebody else. So in that haste, glossing over details, somebody is actually missing out. They're not getting the better end of the stick in the deal, so to speak. They're actually getting the short end of the stick, or they're, taking unnecessary risks, possibly in like some fucking pyramid scheme or something. Okay. And remember, I just used the word angled, and I told you at the beginning, I don't know why I put these cards out in this manner, in this diagonal line, but that's what I've done. So there's a slant here. So that's another way we can read it. Angle, slant, crooked. There's something crooked going on here. You're in on it, or somebody else is in on it, and they're running a game on you. Yeah? Page of Cups. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. This could be, oh, that's very interesting. It could be that the Queen of Cups, or excuse me, this Page of Cups is masquerading as the Queen of Pentacles, meaning forgery in some cases, like stolen identity, okay? Like pyramid scheme, stolen, like all kinds of just shady shit is potential that you're dealing with, or someone around you is dealing with it. If this is not you primarily, this is someone around you who's dealing with this, okay? Or, someone who's possibly close to you, because I get like friends and family here. If it's not you, who's running game, who's doing some bullshit activity. Now, legality aside, it's just shady, bad karma, juju, doing stuff like that. So, and Page, a child, a young person. This could be your own kid signing all kinds of documents, taking your credit card out of your purse and going and getting cash advances down at the ATM or whatever. This could be your kid signing off on their own homework or doing something shady, And I'm not trying to blame you, or blame your kid, or blame you. I don't know the details. But this person, if it's the same person, because for some it's not, and I think we'll touch on that a little bit. But if this is the same person, this is who's underneath the mask. A young, immature person. Someone who is trying to do big things, and really they come from an insecure place. Insecure in the sense of like they're nervous. If this person is legit, stealing identities, running Ponzi schemes or pyramid schemes, if this is someone who is just, knowing they're taking what's not theirs, they're thirsting for the material, they want the latest and the greatest, so they take your debit card, or they take your, credit card, and they go run a whole bunch of bills up on your shit. They don't have to be a child, by the way. They could be an adult child. They could be like 30 something and you're like 60, headed for retirement. And this person is like cleaning you out. No, I hope that's not your story, but I hope you get what I mean. So it doesn't have to be a child, but they have childlike energy, or rather they have immature energy, okay? And that's in the case where we're talking about somebody who, well, yeah, we're still talking about this person masquerading, but we could separate the two. Thank you. I feel that they're trying to, again, take your identity in some sense, or take what you have that isn't for them to have because you didn't tell them, hey, this is yours. Okay. If we separate the two energies, this is you minding your business, Queen of Wands, or excuse me, Queen of Pentacles, climbing the ladder, doing the work that you need to do to keep your home stable, to keep a roof over your head, to keep, your name in good standing with the big credit companies, or excuse me, the big like Experian and all those people, the people who do your credit score. I forget what you call them. And this person, again, behind closed doors or behind your back in some type of way, is really taking your money or taking something of value from you. It's very interesting, Virgo. No matter how you slice it, I'm not really a fan of this energy because that's generally really, really shitty to take from people what does not belong to you. If you don't know what I'm talking about and this doesn't resonate with you at all, that's good. But also consider changing your passwords. I did mention this word several times. Pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. I don't want to presume that everybody is aware of what cyber criminals are good at and and the tactics that they use. Who was it? It was actually somebody did this recently. It might have been a friend of mine. It was either a friend or a relative of mine. And I heard a story. And I was like, that was obviously a scam. What did you even interact? Like, I think it was like one of those like robocalls I think it was a robocall. And this person was like, they were shooketh from a robocall that was clearly fake. Clearly fake. They played me the voicemail, or I heard about what the voicemail said or something. And I was like, oh, that's fake. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, it's so fucking fake. Are you crazy? So I don't want to presume that you or I know everything, all the ways in which people are scamming folks out of money, scamming folks out of their identity and all that kind of stuff. But, change some passwords, do some, two-step verification processes. Or if you know this person personally, create some barriers with this person and create some firm boundaries with this person. If your credit card went missing for like 2 hours and it came back and you're like, suddenly it's back in my purse, go ask your son or daughter what happened with that card for the last 2 to 3 hours, okay? Jesus. All right, let's get some further information regarding the situation for Virgo, please. Could also be a friend. It doesn't have to be a child, okay? I want to emphasize that. Just because, again, it's a page, and pages often talk about children, it's just that this person, adult, relative of yours, friend of yours, stranger to you, it doesn't matter. They're immature. That's the point, okay? But let's get some further information on this situation for Virgo, please. Further information regarding the situation for Virgo, please show me. Entitled. I just got the word entitled as I was beginning to shuffle here. I might explore that a little bit. I don't know. But the word entitled came through. There's one. More information regarding the situation for Virgo, please show me. Seven of Wands. Again, that card was coming up the other day when I was doing the bulk of the reading. So first card was Eight of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Listen, confrontation on the way. Oh, that's... For some of you, this is going directly to the source, directly to the person that you suspect of being the bad actor, being the deceitful POS who's taking you for a ride, taking your money, trying to steal your identity, signing documents. That's another thing, going back about the whole signing documents, not reading the small print, blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like in very official capacities, someone could have defrauded the government, messed around and signed papers, with certain agencies like the IRS or something, or, tried to get a loan in your name and like went down to the bank and like got like, a fake ID and all this shit. And then like your signature matching with their signature, there's like red flags popping up all over. It's a whole goddamn mess. Okay. But if you know this person personally, maybe that's why you're in court. Maybe you don't know them personally. And why am I saying you're in court? Did I mention court earlier? Some of you were in court over this. If I didn't mention it earlier, that just came through. Like, boom, this is why you're in court. Some of you are in court because you have stolen an identity or somebody has stolen your identity, and this is the confrontation. Regardless, you know the person or not, this is the confrontation. So a lot of communication with the Eight of Wands right next to it, and then a lot of defense right next to it with the Seven of Wands. So talk, 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 defend, defend, defend. Talk, 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 defend, defend, defend. This could be like the whole, what do they call that? Cross-examine, or, testifying and all that kind of stuff. And again, it feels heavily focused on money. If there is that element of like a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme, this could be a business under fire for like false pretense or something like that, like breach of contract, things like that. I mean, you know the details of your story if you are in court or in some type of official battle over something legal, non-legal, whatever. But this is what's going on, and it's fiery, it's passionate, it's very dare I say explosive, because that Eight of Wands is like really giving me the heebie-jeebies, but like in an anxious way. Like it doesn't even have to be your life, by the way, Virgo. You could just be a witness. You could be a part of a class action suit, and they want you to give a sworn affidavit, and you have to go on, and go under oath and all this other kind of stuff. But I feel like nervous energy, or like very anxious and tense, like knotted energy, like a coil spring that when you press it in and it's like this, and you can hardly keep it contained because the springs naturally want to extract or bounce out like that, and it's just like trying to contain anger, frustration, sadness, whatever it is, and there will be moments where it comes out explosive. So if this is a court case, is it streaming on C-SPAN? Can I watch? I'm trying to be a little funny because it has the potential to be very serious and very dark energy, but for some of you, it's not as deep as like huge legalities, court fees, jail time, or what do you call that? Damages and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't go that far. It's like literally your kid like stole $20 out of your wallet, and you have to punish them or something like that. So I'm trying to keep it fair for everybody, or at least talk to everybody's situation, right? So the confrontation is here, or at least the verbalization. If it's not a confrontation or a cross-examine or anything official like that, it is this, hey, I think something's going on here. And then the Seven of Wands is a deflection. The Seven of Wands is, it's not a traditional word that I've ever heard anyone use with the Seven of Wands, but in this deck, it's kind of shadowy, little murky, overcast, right? We know we're in the forest, or we know we're amongst the trees, but we can't see the sky clearly. So there's some type of deflection, misinformation, or misinformation. I don't want to say disinformation. Misinformation. In some case, it's like defending the most defenseless act. Like, even if someone's caught, like on a personal level, again, like maybe you talk to somebody in your house, or your kids, or whoever it is. Did you take the $40 out of my wallet? Yeah, comma, but. And there comes this explanation. There's a reason that they had to have the money right then, right there. And that circumvents or sidesteps the principle. What's the principle? You stole. You took what did not belong to you, and you need to be confronted with that. You need to be punished, or you need to pay it back, whatever. This person has a whole diatribe prepared, in some cases, to explain away why they did the bad thing. And maybe they'll get away with it, quote unquote, get away with it because they are your kid, maybe, because they are you're trying to get away with it, maybe, or maybe it's just you have some type of relationship where it's not that big a deal, but it's like one of those things. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Like, that thing that I hear parents allegedly say to their children. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you do with this, Virgo, because I don't think anybody wants to ever be stolen from or have their identity tampered with or be misrepresented in a very legal, very serious capacity. But I also feel wherever you are, or there's still like an underlying compassion in here somewhere. Especially if you know this person. If you don't know them, there's probably no love lost, and you could care less. But if you know this person, I feel you have a deep compassion for them, and you don't want to see them get into too much trouble, if any at all. What you do with that, or why you listen, don't know. I don't know if this is habitual. I don't know if this is the first time. I don't know if this person just has a habit of taking cash out of your wallet or something. So you do with that what you will. But let's just get a card of advice for Virgo, and then we're going to wrap this up, okay? So one card of advice for Virgo regarding the situation. What is the advice here for Virgo? What is the advice? Interesting. Entitled, and now, I said that word earlier, and now I'm getting like, it's like a deep feeling of lust. Like, okay, lust for material. Again, because as I was shuffling, and I tilted my head up because that's normally how I do, or I just like kind of zone out while I'm preparing to get another card, my mind was just boom, right back on that Ace of Pentacles. And it's so strange, but this is, I'm gonna be real with you, Virgo. This is how it translated. It felt like lust. Like, even though this is inanimate, what it represents is normally inanimate things, money, tangible items. Oh, it's like somebody like a kleptomaniac or something? Or does somebody have like some type of condition or disorder where like they are aroused by stealing? That's really very specific, not for everybody, clearly. But there was like a deep like, ooh, I just want to touch it. Talking about, or in my mind, it felt like I want to touch it. Money. I want to touch it. Possessions. I want to touch it. Shit that doesn't belong to me. Like, somebody really gets off on stealing. Okay, that's not for everybody, but somebody in this story, or somebody in this collective energy that I'm talking to today, one of you or somebody they really get possibly like really like sexually turned on. Not me. That's not me. But that's somebody's energy, okay? But one card of advice, please, and then we're going to wrap this up. That was so weird. One card of advice, please, in this situation for Virgo, please. One card of advice for Virgo regarding this situation. They really get turned on by it. It's so strange. I wonder if that's a thing. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to be Googling. Trust. Can people be sexually aroused? I think it's probably true. I think it's probably a possibility that a person could be sexually aroused at the prospect of stealing. I think that's true. Emperor is the advice. Interesting. Now, for some of you, here's another plot thickening. Here's another, Dateline NBC or 2020, or at least some, cheesy made-for-TV movie. For some of you, this person is your boss or your father or some person in a position of power and authority in your life, the Emperor. Major Arcana for Aries could be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. Listen. This is the Santa Muerte deck, so it's a little on the nose, but like, that I'm going to say this, but like, I'm like seeing like, what's that guy's name? Pablo Escobar? This is not who he's supposed to be depicting, but he does have that AK there in his hand. But it's like, somebody is really like they're into some shady shit. And that's how they build their empire, or that's how they feel powerful. That's how they feel in control. Another, thing about this stealing thing, like maybe that's how somebody gets their, not just sexual rocks off, but it makes them feel powerful, makes them feel in control. Again, it does not have to be your boss, doesn't have to be your father, but I'm just going to point out this one possible thing that I think is possible. Again, I'm not a clinician. I'm not, a child psychologist or anything. But let's say you do have a kid, a young person, an adolescent in your life, whether they be your child or like your niece or your nephew or whoever, and they could feel really out of control. Like, if they have not the greatest home life, if, they're bored. I did say that earlier, that the motivation here could be boredom. And there's a rush. There's this feeling of being powerful and super cool and unstoppable and unfazed. That's all what the Emperor is about. Unfazed, unstoppable, unflinching, gives no fucks, right? Is doing it their way. Male, female, Aries or not, adult in your life, child in your life, I don't care. But that could be the reason why someone in your life, possibly a kid. I was a kid once. I didn't do all of, I shoplifted. I did. I think many of us have. I don't think I'm making a huge confession here. I shoplifted. I got caught once. And there is like a rush of excitement in there. I didn't have this feeling of, I feel so powerful when I'm doing it, but I know other people did. People that they felt like they were so smart. The mall cops didn't know, their parents didn't know, and they were amassing, few people that I knew, they were amassing a considerable treasure trove. Because you see, what is he sitting in front of? He's sitting in front of a treasure chest, and he's guarding it with that gun. He's got this scepter. This doesn't look like a poor emperor, right? So some of you have a serial thief on your hands, possibly a kleptomaniac, whatever. You decide, or excuse me, not you decide, you investigate, you deal with this how you want. But that's the story. We're going to stop there because, I'm trying to make these mids a little shorter than the overall messages for the month. So Virgo, that is your story. That is your reading for the month. If it resonated with you, please leave a like. Feel free to leave a comment also explaining how this resonated if you want to. I'm not, saying you must air your dirty laundry, but if you want to share, that's totally cool. And also feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I really would appreciate that. Virgo, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.